approval statements while seated in the chamber. The Senate is therefore guided accordingly. I thank you, honorable senators. I thought this statement is elaborate enough. Yes, Senator Fernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I need your guidance on a number of issues. While I appreciate, and as a member of this House, I will abide by your directions. So, Speaker, what troubles me is whether a witness can discuss the conduct or the state of a member of the Senate who sits in the Senate. Because, Mr. Speaker, I need your guidance. When you look under Article 125 and Article 124 on committees and on compelling of witnesses, and Mr. Speaker, looking at Article 96, as 96, Article 96, 4, the Senate shall participate in the oversight of state officers by considering, among others. So, Mr. Speaker, I really wanted your guidance that whenever we invite witnesses to appear before the House, under standing orders, looking at a standing order 101, and in your power of standing order number 1 of the standing orders, do they have powers to discuss the conduct of members of the Senate who are sitting in plenary, whether they are present or absent, Mr. Speaker, so that we are aware, so that is it possible, because, Mr. Speaker, I'm at a loss, that I cannot discuss the Senator of Nairobi, for example, substantively, without a substantive motion. So, Mr. Speaker, in that same spirit, one of the witnesses yesterday purported, and I'm happy and I'm grateful that you did stop that, pursuing that line, but is it possible to strike it off the record of the Senate, those comments that were made in bad faith? Because, Mr. Speaker, the principles of natural justice demands that you must hear both sides of the story, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I'm requesting humbly that those comments were made in bad faith by the cabinet minister in charge of Interior, Mr. Speaker, with a lot of tremendous strength. In fact, when I was in school, he never taught me. He was among the librarians in the law school that I was there, Mr. Speaker. And even the allegations is that he was doing STGs in some of the classrooms, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I really want that matter to be put to rest. Because the clients, a number of clients, including the great fathers of Nandi, have never slept throughout the night. Because they know me as one of the brilliant, hard-working, top-performing senators of this Republic of Kenya, Mr. Speaker. Can you issue a directive that whenever a witness appears before you in plenary, and I'm happy, Mr. Speaker, I'll be eternally grateful for what you did. Even before our committees, the chair of roads, before any committee, Mr. Speaker, can you direct that the witness does not have power to discuss any conduct of any member, either in plenary or in any other form, Mr. Speaker? Then, as they say in Catholic, sema neno moja tu na roho yangu itapona. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Senator for Nairobi City County.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, now that we are discussing the question of specific substantive motions, if you look at Standing Order 101-4, Honorable Speaker, it requires that we should not impute improper motive on any other senator. And it talks about no senator shall impute improper motive to any other senator. I want to know, Honorable Speaker, whether when this standing order speaks of no senator, it includes the chair. Because, Honorable Speaker, yesterday, there was an imputation from the chair that some of us come here to collect TikTok videos. And it is something that has upset me greatly, Honorable Speaker, because I was elected to this House to represent people, and most of those people look like me. And, Honorable Speaker, I remember very well 2 famous governors in the 2013-2022 period who used to produce very good content. They were dancing on platforms. One of them is now a cabinet secretary, the other is the Speaker of the Senate. So, Honorable Speaker, when did it become wrong for us to end up on social media, depending on the work that we do, and whether it is correct for the chair sitting there to impute improper motive on a senator who has come to do the job that he was sent here to do by the people who elected him.
Honorable Senator for Nairobi City, you're out of order. If you read Standing Order 101, you cannot discuss the conduct of the Speaker in the manner you're doing. Go back to Standing Order 101 and appreciate its contents. For as far as this point of order raised by the Senator Fernandi, I will look at the Hansard and give a substantive guidance on that particular matter. Next order. Yes, Senator for Nakuru County.
Speaker, you have not answered my question.
Senator for Nairobi County, I have clarified on that particular matter, and that is the position of the chair. Senator for Nakuru, proceed, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Senator for Nairobi, thank you. Maybe. Thank you.
Proceed.
Yeah. Just for a clarification, I've heard your statement, and as you protect those people who are not in this house, kindly can you also protect us, we as the senators who are in this house? Because the minute you bring a statement like the one I didn't start it. The person that I mentioned is the one who had started it. So I need to clarify to the people of Kenya that I'm not sick. Because anywhere I was on the street, people were just asking me, are you well? Even up to today, people are still asking me, are you well? Even here, when I'm entering, I think there's a new Sergeant Atam who is telling me, oh, nice to see you. You are well. Are you healed? So I had to come and really make a clarification so that Her Excellency Susan Kihika should not go again on a live television and start claiming that her senator is sick just because I'm doing my job diligently and wishing him even to die, that I'm 3 minutes to the grave, and where I'm only doing my job, and she's feeling the pinch of the oversight role I'm playing in Nakuru County. So that's why I came. But I can never start anything and mention her name here if it didn't come from the public. So I came here because that thing came from the public. And I wanted to clarify to the people that I'm well. And senators, I repeat it again, I'm healthy and fit, and you can even, like a host, and you can even look at me. And I've never been sick, and I thank God. And those who are sick in hospital, we continue praying for them to get well. But anybody who can wish anybody to be sick, that person must be sick up here. Yes. So I sit well.
Senator
thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator for Nakuru, I can assure you that balance will be guiding on the applicability of 101. Yes, Senator for nominated Senator Veronica. Certainly it's not a point of order.
Honorable Speaker, is it in order for the Senator for Nakuru to almost put a censure on the direction you have read in the communication you've given to the House? Senator Veronica,
I've already guided the Honorable Senator.
It is very wrong for her to continue while she knows she actually went on the same TVs and actually spoke on the personal issues of the governor for Nakuru.
Senator Veronica, let us not generate this into an argument. Senator Fernandez, just have a seat, Senator Veronica. Senator for Nakuru. Senator for Nakuru, I've given you a lot of latitude to ventilate your matter, and I've advised you, because what I picked from your lengthy intervention is, as we seek to protect, we are not really protecting, but this is what you say. As we seek to protect those who are not in the House, we should also not lose sight on protecting those who are in the House. I am quoting what the senator said. Honorable Senators, a ruling has been made by the chair. Kindly abide. Next order. Next order. The chairperson, Jailak, you may proceed to table your report.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, 12 June 2025, report of the Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights on the report on consideration of the Presidential Memorandum on the referral of the Conflict of Interest Bill 2023, National Assembly Bills number 12 of 2023. Thank you.
And this is about the security in Nakuru.
Yeah, but it has to go through the... Secretariat, can you make copies of the report that has been tabled by JLAC available to all honorable senators? Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Statement pursuant to Standing Order 53-1, the Honorable Senator Hamida Kibwana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have two statements. One is regarding the status of radiotherapy equipment at Kenyatta National Referral Hospital. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Health on a matter of national concern regarding the operational status of radiotherapy equipment at the Kenyatta National Referral Hospital, KNH. Following public complaints and the hospital's own admission about persistent machine breakdown. Mr. Speaker, sir, Kenyatta National Referral Hospital, being the largest national referral facility in the country, plays a critical role in the diagnosis and treatment of cancer. However, recent concerns raised by patients and advocates indicate that essential radiotherapy machines include linear accelerators are frequently non-functional or completely broken down, leaving hundreds of patients in distress and without access to timely cancer treatment. The hospital, too, via a press release on 28th May 2025 by the by the Chief Executive Officer, Acting Chief Executive Officer, admitted that the linear accelerator LINAC machine has failed and was out of service. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number 1, the operational status of all radiotherapy machines and equipment at Kenyatta National Hospital, reasons for the frequent breakdowns, including whether they are due to lack of maintenance, absolute technology, or budgetary constraints. Number 2, strategies in place for repair, replacement, or upgrade of non-functional machines, including the budgetary allocations toward radiotherapy services in the current financial year. Number 3, whether there are plans to decentralize radiotherapy services to other public hospitals to ease the burden. Mr. Speaker, sir, protect me from Senator Mutata. Number 3, whether there are plans to decentralize radiotherapy services to other public hospitals to ease the burden on KNH and enhance access to patients in underserved regions. Finally, the contingency measures in place to ensure uninterrupted treatment for cancer patients during periods of equipment failure and long-term solutions to strengthen oncology infrastructure and service delivery across national and county referral hospitals. The second statement, Mr. Speaker, is regarding the status of the Bus Rapid Transport Project, BRT. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement for the Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing on a matter of national concern regarding the implementation. Mr. Speaker, can I get some silence, please?
Honorable Senators, kindly allow the Honorable Senator to be heard in silence, please.
All right, Mr. Speaker, so I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing on a matter of national concern regarding the implementation status of Bus Rapid Transport, BRT, system in Nairobi and other urban areas. Mr. Speaker, sir, the BRT project was envisioned as a transformative urban mobility initiative aimed at decongesting the city, reducing carbon emissions, and offering efficient and affordable public transportation. Years since its launch, however, the project remains incomplete, with key corridors, particularly along Thika Road, Mombasa Road, and Ngong Road, exhibiting minimal progress or outright stalling. The public continues to endure traffic gridlocks, and the delays also risk escalating projects' costs and diminishing public confidence in infrastructure delivery. In the statement,
Order, Honorable Senators. Senator Karen Nyamu and Senator Fonakuru. There is a difference between the chamber and the Senator's lounge.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the clarification. In the statement, the committee should address the following. Number one, the progress of the BRT project, reasons behind the prolonged delays and current stalling of construction and operationalization, including timelines for completion of each corridor. Number two, the roles of various government agencies involved, particularly the Nairobi Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, NAMATA, Kenya Urban Roads Authority, KURA, and the Ministry of Roads and Transport. Number three, funds allocated, disbursed, and utilized on the BRT project to date, and whether there has been any contractual or procurement challenges affecting implementation. Finally, accountability frameworks and implementation safeguards to ensure the timely and cost-effective completion of the BRT initiative. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, Honorable Senators, I've just had a consultative engagement with the leadership of both sides, and arising out of those consultations, I will move to rearrange today's order paper pursuant to Standing Order 45.2. We will move to order number 8, and thereafter we will come back to the order that we have just started. Order, honorable senators. Again, after further consultation with the leadership, we will proceed with the statements until such a time that the leadership gets back to me. So I will call upon Senator for Nyandarua County, Senator John Methu. Just let the honorable senator read his statement before he comes.
Just 1 minute, Senator Omogeni. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm raising to request for a statement on the safety of potatoes grown in Nyandarua County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries on a matter of national concern, namely the safety of potatoes grown in Nyandarua County. Mr. Speaker, sir, Nyandarua County is a leading potato producer and plays a critical role in enhancing national food security and supporting rural livelihoods. However, a recent research attributed to scientists from Egerton University has raised alarm by casting doubt on the safety and quality of these potatoes. The research alleges that farmers in the region use excessive pesticides on potatoes, causing the produce to have excessive pesticide residue above recommended limits, which is harmful for human consumption. If unchallenged, such assertions risk damaging consumer confidence, eroding market demand, and inflicting severe economic hardship to farmers who depend on this crop. In the statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee should address the following concerns. Number one, the authenticity and scientific validity of the claims attributed to Egerton University researchers alleging the presence of harmful pesticides residues in potatoes produced in Nyandarua County. Number two, whether any studies or safety assessments have been conducted by the relevant authorities, including the Ministry of Agriculture, Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service, KEFIS, Kenya Bureau of Standards, KEBS, or the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, CARO, regarding potatoes grown in Nyandarua County, including their findings. Number three, the measures by the Ministry of Agriculture and affiliated regulatory bodies to dispel misinformation, uphold consumer confidence, and protect the integrity of Nyandarua County's agricultural produce. Number four, interventions being pursued to support farmers, including awareness programs on safe pesticide use, enhanced inspection protocols, certification processes, and strategies to restore and sustain the market. Senator John Muhamedu, Senator for Nyandarua. Thank you.
Senator Richard Onyonka. That statement is dropped. Okay, proceed then.
Speaker, I'm reading this statement on behalf of Senator Richard Onyonka. The request for statement on review of constituency boundaries. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights on a matter of national concern regarding the review of constituency boundaries. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, that's IEBC, as required by Article 89(2) and 3 of the Constitution, is responsible for ensuring continuous review of constituency and ward boundaries at intervals of not less than 8 years and not more than 12 years. In the statement, the committee should address the following: the measures in place to ensure immediate review or subdivision of large constituencies in counties such as Kisii, Nyamira, and Migori, among others, by the IEBC ahead of the 2027 general election to promote equitable representation and manageable electoral units in line with Articles 89 and 95 of the Constitution. On behalf of Senator Richard Onyonka, Kisii, thank you.
Senator Fernandi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Request for a statement on reduction of tea prices by tea companies in the North Rift and other regions in the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries on a matter of national concern regarding the reduction of tea prices by companies in North Rift and other regions in the country, considering that the tea prices in other parts of the country remain a higher and stable price. In the statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee should address the following. 1, the reasons why only tea factories, mainly located in Nandi, Kericho, and Bomet counties, have in recent months reduced their buying price of tea from farmers to as low as Kenya shillings 17 shillings per kilo cumulatively, without engaging the farmers in the price determination process. Mr. Speaker, number 2, the measures in place to ensure that the Tea Board of Kenya regulates the entry of unscrupulous business persons who exploit farmers and to promote fair and stable tea prices across the country. Number 3, Mr. Speaker, the total amount deducted and remitted as cess by tea factories in Nandi County during the financial years 2023-2024 and financial year 2024-2025, indicating how these funds have been utilized, including details of finance project and any other corporate social responsibilities, activities undertaken. Number 4, Mr. Speaker, the measures in place by the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development and the Tea Board of Kenya to cushion small-scale farmers from the low prices of tea. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the strategies the government intends to implement to ensure that farmers receive fair bonuses and fair prices for their produce, especially in the light of prevailing low prices and market stability under the guarantee minimum returns. Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence, let me proceed to my second statement. Request for statement on attacks and killing of livestock by a mysterious wild animal in Nandi County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources on a matter of county-wide concern, namely the persistent attacks on livestock in Nandi County by a mysterious stray wild animal believed to be from the leopard family. Mr. Speaker, in the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, why Kenya Wildlife Service, KWS, has failed to take action against the mysterious wild animals that have continuously attacked livestock for the past 6 months in Bonjoge area, despite repeated complaints from the local communities. So, Speaker, number 3, specific details regarding the identity of the animals responsible for the attacks, steps taken to either capture and return them to their natural habitat or neutralize the threat posed by these wild animals. Mr. Speaker, finally, actions taken by the State Department for Kenya Wildlife and Kenya Wildlife Service to minimize conflict between humans and wild animals within Nandi County and across the country, including plans to compensate affected livestock farmers while also ensuring the protection of Bonjoge endangered wild animal sanctuary in Kabwareng Ward at Aldai Sub-County in Nandi County. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Maruma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to request for a statement on discrepancies in supplementary budgets for financial year 2024-2025 in Taita Taveta County. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on a matter of county-wide concern regarding discrepancies between Supplementary Budget 1 and Supplementary Budget 2 for the financial year 2024-2025 in Taita Taveta County, particularly on allocations for the settlement of pending bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, in Supplementary Budget 1, the county government allocated 360.7 million towards pending bills. However, this allocation was later reduced by 80.7 million shillings in Supplementary Budget 2, with no clear explanation provided for the adjustment. Further, concerns have been raised over the authenticity and approval process of Supplementary Budget 2. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. The discrepancies in the approved and the two supplementary budgets for the financial year 2024-2025, submitted by the county government of Taita Taveta. 2. Whether Supplementary Budget 2 followed the proper channels and stages of approval, including the correspondence between the county government and the Office of the Control of Budget regarding both supplementary budgets. 3. Account for the 80.7 million shillings initially allocated to pending bills in Supplementary Budget 1 and the voted or expenditure line it was redirected to in Supplementary Budget 2. 4. Whether the county government of Taita Taveta intends to honor bursary payments as appropriated in line with the recent court rulings affirming the obligation of county governments to disburse funds already allocated in the approved budgets. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Karungo Thangwa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the imposition of land rates by the county government of Kiambu. Mr. Speaker, sir, residents of Kiambu County have raised serious concerns over the manner in which land rates are currently being imposed by the county government. Specifically, they cite the lack of public access to a valuation roll, absence of notification on charges or absence of notification of changes to land rates, and the unexplained surge in the amounts demanded. This is compounded by inadequate service delivery in areas such as roads maintenance, waste management, and other essential county functions. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the statement, the committee should address the following. 1. Whether the county government of Kiambu has a legally prepared and adopted valuation roll. 2. If such a valuation roll exists, when it was prepared, by whom, and when it came into effect. B. The process followed in its preparation, including dates of preparation and adoption. Evidence of public participation during its development. Where and how the public can access and inspect the valuation roll. And E. Why the valuation roll has not been gazetted, published, or publicized as required by the law. 3. The method and basis used to calculate the current land rates being demanded by the county government. And finally, details of any enforcement measures undertaken or planned with regard to recovery of land rates. Mr. Speaker, sir, this matter touches on the fundamental rights of property owners and the principles of fair taxation and public accountability, and therefore merits urgent consideration by the relevant committee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Omtata.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53, brackets 1, to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs and Human Rights on a matter of national concern regarding the operational status of the National Police Service Commission, in brackets NPSC, in light of the existing vacancies in its membership. Mr. Speaker, sir, it has been more than 2 months since vacancies arose in the membership of the National Police Service Commission, leaving the Commission without the constitutionally prescribed quorum. This situation raises serious concern about the management of transitions in independent commissions, as well as the operational status of these commissions during such periods. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the current state of operations at the National Police Service Commission, brackets NPSC, in the absence of a quorate commission, including an assessment of the validity of decisions and actions by the Commission regarding transfer, promotion, and discipline of police officers, among other administrative matters. 2, the contingency plans in place to prevent such governance gaps and ensure continuity of operations at independent commissions during such transitions in the future. Signed, Andrew Mtata MP, Senator from Busia County, 10th June 2025. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The Senator for Kisumu County, Senator Tom Ojwang.
Honorable Speaker, this is a request for a statement as requested by Senator Professor Tom Ojwang, Senior Counsel, and approved by yourself, Mr. Speaker, sir. This is a request for a statement on the role of technology in enhancing transparency and accountability in public procurement in the national and county governments. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on a matter of national concern, namely the role of technology in enhancing transparency and accountability in public procurement across the national and county governments. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, extent of implementation and operationalization effectiveness of e-procurement systems within government entities. 2, impact of these systems in addressing procurement irregularities, delays, and incidents of corruption. 3, measures in place to address challenges such as digital literacy gaps, infrastructural limitations, and resistance to the adoption of the e-procurement technology. 4, existence and effectiveness of public participation and oversight mechanisms integrated into e-procurement platforms. And lastly, plans in place to further leverage technology to enhance procurement integrity, transparency, and overall efficiency. Senator Professor Tom Ojwang, Senior Counsel, MP, Senator for Kisumu County. The second statement, Mr. Speaker, sir, is a request for statement on the professionalization of county enforcement units. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on a matter of national concern regarding the conduct and professional standards of county enforcement officers. Mr. Speaker, sir, While county enforcement units are central to enforcing devolved laws, frequent complaints have emerged over the heavy-handed treatment of informal traders and members of the public by the enforcement units. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, whether a national framework exists to guide the recruitment, training, and deployment of county enforcement officers. 2, whether the Kenya School of Government has developed standard training modules for the training of enforcement officers across counties. And lastly, legislative interventions to ensure county enforcement practices uphold human dignity, protect informal livelihoods, and curb abuse of power. Senator Professor Tom Ojwang, Senior Council MP, Senator for Kisumu County. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is a request for statement on national infrastructure resilience to climate change. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing on a matter of national concern regarding the resilience of Kenya's national infrastructure to climate change. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the climate resilience and adaptation strategies integrated into the planning, design, construction, and maintenance of national infrastructure. 2, funding mechanisms and resource allocations dedicated to strengthening infrastructure resilience to climate change impacts from the financial year 2021-2022 to date. Lastly, the challenges encountered in implementing resilience measures and recommendations for strengthening national capacity for adapting infrastructure to evolving climate risk. Senator Professor Tom Ojwang, Senior Council MP, Senator for Kisumu County. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
The Senate Majority Leader.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a statement on the business of the Senate for the week that will commence 8th of July, 2025, pursuant to Standing Order number 57-1. Mr. Speaker, I want to present the business of that week because honorable senators are aware that at the rise of the House today, the 12th of June, Mr. Speaker, 2025, the Senate will proceed on a 3-week recess and regular sessions will resume on the 8th of July, 2025. I know there is a likelihood, Mr. Speaker, that we will be called back here actually for a special sitting, Mr. Speaker, given that there are quite a number of legislations that are important to the country and they are in the mediation process. Should our colleagues succeed to get a breakthrough, Mr. Speaker, then they will guide us. If they don't, it's adios until 8th of July, 2025, at the rise of the House this evening. As we proceed, Mr. Speaker, today, as we conclude business this week, this is the status of legislative business before us. It is as follows. There are 53 bills, of which 37 are the second reading and 16 are actually at the committee of the whole. There are 32 motions that are pending conclusion. There are 26 petitions that are pending conclusions, out of which 18 are actually due for reporting by the various standing committees. Mr. Speaker, this is quite troubling. I don't recall the last time, Mr. Speaker.
Order, honorable senators. May the majority leader be heard in silence. Let us take our seats. Senator for Taita Taveta. Thank you. Senator for Nyandarua and Senator for Mandera. You may proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. I was saying, Mr. Speaker, that this is the first time I've seen this number of petitions due for reporting. 18 is such a high number, and therefore I want to urge our chairpersons to expedite work that is before them, particularly work that has statutory timelines. Part of statute by law that has been established, Mr. Speaker, is when parliamentary business is considered out of timelines, it is actually considered an anality. And there are instances where the courts have declared so, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, we don't want citizens to petition this House. The Senate makes very solid findings, but eventually those ones are struck out or people don't observe the findings of the Senate on account of time delays, Mr. Speaker. So I want to urge all the chairpersons who in their vice and membership in the various committees, Mr. Speaker, to make sure that they conclude on business ASAP. Mr. Speaker, there are 489 statements pursuant to SO 53-1 that are under consideration by the various standing committees. Mr. Speaker, on 8th of June, when SBC meets, they will prepare the business of week for that week. The tentative business on the 9th of July will be various questions to various ministries, Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Land, Ministry of Youth, are the ministers set out to appear on the 9th of July when we resume from recess. Mr. Speaker, there are these bills also, the PFM amendments, Office of the County Government, County Attorney, and various county governments amendments laws, Mr. Speaker, and a number of motions that are before us. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to thank all the senators for your efforts during the part 3 of the 4th session. Mr. Speaker, I hope that we shall vote shortly. There's a new trend that is being introduced, Mr. Speaker, in the House, where people canvass the business of the House behind the scenes. While it's not bad, Mr. Speaker, but I thought the vote is the actual determinant and is the one that says the truth. On this issue of the formula, in all the other occasions, people have convinced each other by vote. As it is today, Mr. Speaker, this is the 3rd week, and we are yet to take the vote on the initial motion because of subsequent amendments. So I want to plead, Mr. Speaker, that as we move to the next order, let us vote. Whatever the result is not, it is not fatal, Mr. Speaker, because we are now discussing the amended version of the motion, meaning even if it was to be defeated, Mr. Speaker, you revert back to the original motion. If it carries the day, then that's it, Mr. Speaker. So I want to urge us to take time today, Mr. Speaker, and vote on this particular motion. This business of canvassing for too long, Mr. Speaker, I don't find it a clean way of transacting legislative business. Let's vote. If you convince people, we proceed. If you don't convince people, you move ahead, you move away, we get the next person to try and convince the rest of the citizens. That's how you transact business in this House. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, I don't want to stand on the way of actually the vote that I'm proposing, because I know it is the next order that you're about to consider, Mr. Speaker. With those many remarks, I beg to lay, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Okay, order, honorable senators. Before I allow comments on the statements that have been sought, we will move to handle order number 8. Clerk, you may proceed to call that order.
Order number 8, motion, report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the fourth basis for allocating their share of national revenue among counties, resumption of debate on the proposed amendments interrupted on Tuesday, 10th of June, 2025.
Now, honorable senators, when debate was interrupted on the 10th of June, 2025, the Senate was debating the amendments as proposed by Senator Okongo Mogeni. That is what is to be debated. And therefore, the floor is open. We will proceed. Yes, Senator Okongo Mogeni.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, you know, this issue of formula is a negotiation, and we have had a discussion between myself, the chair, finance, and other senators, and Mr. Speaker, in that spirit of give and take and of accommodating everybody, I intend to drop my amendment to give way for an amendment that is being introduced shortly by Senator for Kitui, Senator Wambua, Mr. Speaker. The motion, Mr. Speaker, will drop the initial money that was to be shared among 11 counties from the initial 4.46 billion, if the equitable share is at 405 billion. So we are dropping it down to 3 billion with the rider that if we are able to get an increase of the equitable share to 415 billion, then we can
Senator Mogeni.
Yes. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to inform the House that I'm dropping my amendment from the order paper.
Now, honorable senators, Senator Mogeni having dropped his amendments, that means we are back to the original motion as drafted by the Committee on Finance and Budget. So we are now proceeding to debate the original motion. Senator Wambua, you may take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support the original motion by the Committee on Budget and Finance, but even propose an amendment to that motion. Mr. Speaker, the motion appearing in the order paper, I want to move it in an amended version. That, Mr. Speaker, the motion be amended by deleting the phrase county allocation is equal to baseline allocation ratio of 387.425 billion plus 2 billion shared equally among the identified 11 counties, 45% population index, 35% equal share index, 12% poverty index, and 8% geographical size index. Mr. Speaker, appearing after the words as follows, and substituting thereof with the following.
What is your point of order, Senator Fernandi?
I'm moving an amendment.
Mr. Speaker, there is no problem, man. Why are you mad?
Senator Fernandi, what is the point of order?
No, Mr. Speaker, you need to protect us. We are not in a market. Mr. Speaker, I rise and we must do things as per the law. As per the standing order number 68. Amendments must be in writing and should be supplied to members early enough, Mr. Speaker. This is what our standing order is saying. And when you look at the amendments, I don't have a problem with the amendment. I have a problem on the procedure of moving an amendment. We cannot allow backdoor amendments to the main motion, Mr. Speaker.
If you look at the order paper, Senator Fernandi, those The amendments are contained in the order paper. If you go to page 1049.
Mr. Speaker, and also further clarification on standing order number 67, and of course in writing, which, Mr. Speaker, an amendments to the relevant motion. So we need the express approval by yourself and specific removal of those words, Mr. Speaker, so that when we go to the main motion, which has been dropped, is it a process of introducing, Mr. Speaker, the new amendment to the main motion, which you have allowed, Mr. Speaker?
Yeah, Senator Fernandez, just take your seat. The senator for Nyamira, having withdrawn his proposed amendments, we reverted to the original motion. And I called upon Senator for Kitui to make his comments on the original motion. While supporting the motion, he came up with amendments, which is totally in order. So allow him to move his amendments, in which case then we will not debate the original motion. We have to dispense with the proposed amendments. And those amendments are contained in the order paper if you go to page 1049. Proceed.
No, it's okay, guys. Let's just do this. Cherargei has learned. Cherargei has learned. So, Mr. Speaker, so the county...
Senator Fernandez, let us make progress.
Remarks, Mr. Speaker, point of order. Mr. Speaker, under standing order 101, you cannot allow him to make snippets. Again, is what I've said. Our standing orders belong to the Senate. It doesn't belong to the Chief.
It's noted, Senator Fernandez.
Can you withdraw and apologize? Okay. Otherwise, I will object and reject his amendment before he even debates.
No,
stop shouting, my...
Senator Fernandez, Senator Samson Cherargei.
That's okay, Senator. So, Senator Cherargei, really I withdraw and apologize. So, let's continue. So, Chair, Speaker, that I had moved to amend my original amendment, the Speaker, by deleting the phrase county allocation is equal to baseline allocation ratio of 3 to 7.425 billion plus 2 billion shared equally among the identified 11 counties plus 45% population index, 35% equal share plus 12% poverty index plus 8% geographical size. Speaker, there is very loud consultation behind me.
Now, honorable senators, these proposed amendments
it's a very important
are very key, and it's good that you get to understand what the honorable senator is proposing, so that you vote based on some information that you do understand. Proceed, honorable senator.
So, for county equitable share below 415 billion, Mr. Speaker, I am proposing that the county allocation shall be equal to the baseline allocation ratio of 307.25 billion, which becomes the baseline for all the counties, plus 3 billion shared equally, Mr. Speaker. If senators can listen to this would benefit a lot of counties.
Now, honorable senators, I thought consultations on this formula have been concluded. So why don't we allow the honorable senator to move the amendments, please?
So 3 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties, 45% population index, 35% equal share, 12% poverty index, and 8% geographical size index. The Speaker, for county equitable share of 415 billion and above. The county allocation will be calculated. The baseline allocation will be 387 for all the counties, plus an affirmative action, Mr. Speaker, share of 4.446 billion, shared equally among the identified 12 counties. Then 45% population index, 35% equal share index, poverty index of 12%, and 8% geographical size index. Mr. Speaker, and then lastly, by deleting paragraph 2 of the original motion after the word where and substituting thereof the following. The 12 identified counties are Elgeyo Marakwet, Embu, Isiolo, Kirinyaga, Laikipia, Lamu, Nyamira, Nyandarua, Samburu, Taita Taveta, Tharaka Nithi, and Vihiga. Mr. Speaker, the import of the amendment that I am pushing is that, Mr. Speaker, we should have a situation where no county loses any money using this formula, irrespective of the amount of money that is given for us to share among counties. Mr. Speaker, for now, what we know is that the National Treasury and the National Assembly have proposed 405 billion Kenya shillings to be the money that will be shared among counties. We have our own position as a Senate of 465 billion Kenya shillings. The Speaker, mediation will kick in, and the work of the senators that we are sending for mediation is to ensure that we get a lot more money from where we can share. But even if, Mr. Speaker, the worst comes to the worst, and we get exactly what the National Assembly and the National Treasury have proposed, Senator Heidi, you have to also have some respect to other leaders. So, if we get 4 or 5 billion, then what will happen is that every county, including the ones that we have identified as small counties, every county will benefit from that allocation. Mr. Speaker, because I can read the mood of the House that members want to vote on this motion, on this amendment, Mr. Speaker, I would just want to urge members to do one thing. Mr. Speaker, our call to duty is to ensure that devolution succeeds. If devolution succeeds in Kitui County by getting all the money that there was to be allocated, and then we deny Mandera or another county money, then we will not be contributing to the success of devolution. If devolution fails in one small county, it will have failed even in the biggest of the counties that we have. We must have that spirit. We carry along each other. And I want to urge the 35 counties represented by honorable senators in this House to just agree that we invoke Article 203 of the Constitution on affirmative action when considering this formula, so that those counties that are receiving very little allocations will get something that they will be able to do basic things, like even construction of ECD classrooms, construction of roads, Mr. Speaker, and that this money is not going to be used for the recruitment of people, and I was told the other day, recruiting people that are just close to the government. Mr. Speaker, with those remarks, I move my amendment and ask Senator Roba to second.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. As I move to second this motion. I would like to make just the following
statement in support of the secondment. Mr. Speaker, this House, the Senate, stands for protection of devolution. And the devolved family comprises of 47 counties. And the 47 counties have to function properly with some aspect of development as well as recurrent expenditure management. Our extensive consultation to avoid what happened in the third Senate, where the level of controversy has torn this House apart, is that we find a reason to consider these 12 counties that are getting very little money to be given 3 billion shilling equally shared among the 12 counties that are getting very little money. And then the remaining be shared using two hybrid formulas. And Mr. Speaker, I would like to sincerely clarify, because I've heard from a number of senators when they are contributing, making reference to the formula of the committee as only the formula that carried the variables of population, equal share, poverty, and geographical land size. The formula of the committee is a hybrid formula where at 387.425, we have applied the third basis of revenue sharing to hold each county harmless. And anything over and above 387.425, which now we have applied the formula of population, equal share, poverty, and geographical landmass, and at population at 45, equal share 35%, and 12% at poverty, and 8% at geographical land size. Mr. Speaker, and now the subsequent amendment to carry the 12 counties that are getting very little money meant that the money we are holding constant for purpose of holding harmless has increased from 387 to 390.425 in order then to get any additional amount beyond 390 to be shared using the second part of the formula, which is population at 45, equal share at 35%, geographical land size at 8%, and poverty at 14%. Mr. Speaker, we have extensively debated this, and this position is position of consensus. I would like to move to second and plead with my colleagues, the honorable senators, to find it within themselves that we conclude, voting on this formula, so that then we're able to process the county allocation of revenue bill, CARA, which now will go to horizontal share of revenue between county governments, as well as establishing the ceilings. Mr. Speaker, I move and I beg to second. Thank you very much.
Honorable senators, please let us take our seats. Honorable senators, I will now proceed to propose the question that the motion be amended by deleting the phrase county allocation equals baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.25 billion plus Kenya shillings 2 billion shared equally among the identified 11 counties plus 0.5 population index plus 0.35 equal share index plus 0.12 poverty index plus 0.08 geographical size index, additional county equitable share above 389.25 billion, appearing after the words as follows, and substituting thereof with the following. For county equitable share below 415 billion, county allocation equals baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.25 billion plus Kenya shillings 3 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties plus 0.45 population index plus 0.35 equal share index plus 0.12 poverty index plus 0.08 geographical size index, county equitable share at Kenya shillings 390.425 billion. B, for county equitable share of Kenya shillings 415 billion, and above, county allocation equals baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.425 billion plus Kenya shillings 4.46 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties plus 0.45 population index plus 0.35 equal share index plus 0.12 poverty index plus 0.08 geographical size index at county equitable share of Kenya shillings 391.89 billion. A, deleting paragraph 2 after the word where and substituting therefore the following. The 12 identified counties are Elgeyo Marakwet, Embu, Isiolo, Kirinyaga, Laikipia, Lamu, Nyamira, Nyandarua, Samburu, Taita Taveta, Tharaka Nithi, and Vihiga. Now, honorable senators, these are proposed amendments to the main motion. In the main motion, you are entitled to 20 minutes if you take to the floor contributing. These are proposed amendments. If we then grant 20 minutes per senator speaking, we will not make much progress. We need to dispense with these amendments so that we go back to the main motion. I was therefore proposing, if agreeable, if you can restrict time on, well, with your concurrence, then we can straight away move. I can put the question to allow you to vote. All right. Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the quorum bell for 5 minutes. Okay, order, honorable senators. Order, honorable senators. Sergeant at arms, kindly draw the bar and close the doors. So, honorable senators, we are now going on division on the proposed amendments by the Senator for Kitui. I will therefore proceed to put the question. Senator for Kiambu, kindly take your seat. Thank you. I will now put the question that the motion be amended by deleting the phrase county allocation equals baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.425 billion plus Kenya shillings 2 billion shared equally among the identified 11 counties plus 0.5 population index plus 0.35 eco share index plus 0.12 poverty index plus 0.08 geographical size index, additional county equitable share above Kenya shillings 389.25 billion, appearing after the words as follows, and substituting thereof with the following. A, for county equitable share below 415 billion, county allocations equals baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.25 billion plus Kenya shillings 3 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties plus 0.45 population index, plus 0.35 eco share index, plus 0.12 poverty index, plus 0.08 geographical size index, accounting equitable share of Kenya shillings 390.425 billion. B, for county equitable share of Kenya shillings 415 billion and above, county allocation equals baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.425 billion, plus Kenya shillings 4.46 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties, plus 0.45 population index, plus 0.35 eco share index, plus 0.12 poverty index, plus 0.08 geographical size index, a county equitable share of Kenya shillings 391.89 billion. B, deleting paragraph 2 after the word where and substituting thereof with the following. The 12 identified counties are Elgeyo Marakwet, Embu, Isiolo, Kirinyaga, Laikipia, Lamu, Nyamira, Nyandarua, Samburu, Taita Taveta, Tharaka Nithi, and Vihiga County. Now, clerk, is the system up and running? You can log in and proceed to vote. Yes, you may vote, honorable senators. You may proceed to vote. Yes, the system is running and has been running for the last 56 seconds. Now, order, honorable senators, order. Let us take our seats. Honorable senators, let us take our seats, please. Thank you. Senator for Migori, kindly take your seat. Thank you. Now, honorable senators, the result of the division is as follows. Ayes are 27 votes, nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it. Sergeant at Arms, you may now withdraw the ban, open the doors. Now, honorable senators, the effect of this vote is that the original motion has been amended. And therefore, I'm going to propose the question on the motion as amended. Take your seat, honorable senators, please. Take your seats. Now, honorable senators, I will now proceed to propose the question. Order, honorable senators. I will now proceed to propose the question. That the Senate knows the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the fourth basis for allocating the share of national revenue among the counties laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, the 17th of April, 2025, and that pursuant to Article 217(1) of the Constitution, approves the fourth basis for allocating the share of national revenue among the counties for the financial years 2025, 2026 to 2029, 2030 as follows. A, for county equitable share below 415 billion, county allocation equals baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.425 billion plus 3 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties plus 0.5 population index plus 0.35 eco share index plus 0.12 poverty index plus 0.08 geographical size index and county equitable share at Kenya shillings 390.425 billion. For county equitable share of Kenya shillings 415 billion and above, the county allocation equals baseline allocation ratio at 387.425 billion plus 4.46 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties plus 0.45 population index plus 0.35 eco share index plus 0.12 poverty index plus 0.08 geographical size index at county equitable share of 391.89 billion. Where 1, baseline allocation ratio equals to the allocation factor derived from each county's allocation for the financial year 2024-2025. 2, the 12 identified counties are Elgeyo Marakwet, Embu, Isiolo, Kirinyaga, Laikipia, Lamu, Nyamira, Nyandarua, Samburu, Taita Taveta, Tharaka Nithi, and Vihiga. 3, the population index is based on the 2019 Kenya population and housing census. 4, the poverty index is based on the 2022 Kenya poverty report by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. And 5, geographical size is capped at 10%. Now, honorable senators, having proposed the question, the floor is open for debate. If you will allow, I can call the mover to reply, because we cannot put the question without the mover having to reply. So with your consensus, therefore, I'm calling upon the mover to reply.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I move to reply, and having built consensus on this issue, through various proposed amendments and a lot of discussions, and having also gone through several engagement with various senators, and having moved an amendment motion that has been voted on, I believe that the honorable senators' contributions have been taken into account during the entire process, and as such, I beg to reply. Thank you.
Sergeant at arms, kindly ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes. Sergeant at arms, kindly close the doors and draw the bar. Now, honorable senators, we are going to division on the motion as amended. I'll therefore proceed to put the question that the Senate knows the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the fourth basis for allocating the share of national revenue among counties laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 17th of April 2025, and that pursuant to Article 217(1) of the Constitution, approve the fourth basis for allocating the share of national revenue among counties for the financial years 2025 to 2026 to 2029/2030 as follows. A, for county equitable share below 415 billion, county allocation equals based on allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.425 billion plus Kenya shillings 3 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties, plus 0.45 population index, plus 0.35 eco-share index, plus 0.12 poverty index, plus 0.08 geographical size index at county equitable share of Kenya shillings 390.425 billion. B, for county equitable share of Kenya shillings 415 billion and above, county allocation equals baseline allocation ratio at Kenya shillings 387.425 billion plus Kenya shillings 4.46 billion shared equally among the identified 12 counties plus 0.45 population index plus 0.35 eco-share index plus 0.12 poverty index plus 0.08 geographical size index at county equitable share at Kenya shillings 391.89 billion, where one, baseline allocation ratio equals the allocation factor derived from each county's allocation for the financial year 2024-2025. Two, the 12 identified counties are Elgeyo Marakwet, Embu, Isiolo, Kirinyaga, Laikipia, Lamu, Nyamira, Nyandarua, Samburu, Taita Taveta, Tharaka Nithi, and Vihiga. Three, the population index is based on the 2019 Kenya Population and Housing Census. 4, the poverty index is based on the 2022 Kenya Poverty Report by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. And 5, geographical size is capped at 10%. Now, honorable senators, you may log in and proceed to vote. Honorable senators, you may now vote. The Honorable Senator Omtata, kindly proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Now, Honorable Senators, the result of the division is as follows. Ayes, 28 votes. Nays, 0. Abstention, 0. So the ayes have it. Sergeant at Arms, you may now Honorable Senators, we have two divisions. That is order number 9 and order number 9 and order number 10. So, clerk, proceed to call that order.
Order number 9, the Business Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 51 of 2024, second reading, resumption of debate, division. Order number 10, the Labor, Migration and Management number 2 Bill, Senate Bills number 42 of 2024, second reading, resumption of debate, division.
So, Honorable Senators, I'll proceed to put the question on order number 9. You'll vote, we'll announce the votes, and then we go to the next order. Senator for Migori, kindly take your seat, and Senator Kamau. I'll put the question that the Business Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 51 of 2024, be now read a second time. Honorable Senators, you may now proceed to vote. Senator Fernandi, proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Senator Kamau, take your seat. Now, honorable senators, the result of the vote is as follows. Ayes are 28, nays at 0, abstention at 0. So the ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to various laws and for connected purposes.
Now, honorable senators, I'll put the question on order number 10. That the Labor Migration and Management number 2 bill, Senate bills number 42 of 2024, be now read a second time. You may now proceed to vote, honorable senators. Senator Haji, kindly proceed to dispatch and cast your vote. Honorable Senators, the result of the division is as follows. Ayes 27, nays at 0, abstention 1. So the ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the regulation of private employment agencies and the recruitment of workers within and outside Kenya, safeguard the rights and welfare of job seekers and migrant workers, and for connected purposes.
Sergeant at Arms, you may now open the doors and withdraw the bar. So, honorable senators, will go back to comments on the statements that had been sought by honorable senators. Senator Mogeni, we are now on comments on the statements that had been sought.
Social protection bill.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to comment on the statement that was brought.
Order, honorable senators.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to comment on the statement that was brought by Honorable Odwang. Mr. Speaker, with very good intentions, we passed the Rating Act, and we wanted to support our county governments to increase their own source revenue, collect rates, Mr. Speaker, so that they can give efficient services to the people residing in counties. But, Mr. Speaker, there are governors who have totally misused.
No, honorable senators, please take your seat, please.
Mr. Speaker, there are governors who have totally abused the new Rating Act. Mr. Speaker, in the county of Nairobi,
that we'll move to...
I've seen instances where, Mr. Speaker, houses that were located almost 40 years ago, where very senior citizens are already residing. Those are the only homes they have known. Now those homes are being auctioned by my good friend Senator Sakaja, and evicting people from those homes, and then a cartel ends up buying those houses. Mr. Speaker, that is really not, that was never our intention, Mr. Speaker. This idea of taking away people's homes in a very arbitrary manner, Mr. Speaker, is inhumane. I saw on Sunday, and I hope Governor Sakaja would listen, I heard on Sunday the president advising Sakaja in a church service. And he told him, please approach this matter by engaging the people who are already residing in those homes. Mr. Speaker, how can it be that to recover rates of about 104,000, you auction a house valued at 12 million, 15 million? This is a scheme of robbing very dedicated civil servants who bought those houses long ago and who have used those homes as their homes, so to speak. But let me even pose a question. You are supposed to collect rates to provide services. Mr. Speaker, where I live, and I'm challenging Governor Sakaja to come here and give a contrary view. Mr. Speaker, I've never seen any vehicle from the county government of Nairobi collecting garbage from where I live. Yet every year I pay rates to the county government of Nairobi. We repair, in our court, we bring money together, we repair our roads, Mr. Speaker. But the governor of Nairobi is insisting that if you have not paid rates, he will come and auction your house. That is not the way to go, Mr. Speaker. We must call this governor to order. I want Senator Sakaja to come here and tell us what plans he has put in place for garbage collection. If you ask senators here, where we, in our respective estates, we have never seen a vehicle from Nairobi County government coming to collect garbage. We have never seen. Maybe Galwale has seen, but me, I have never seen where I live. A vehicle owned by county government of Nairobi coming to collect garbage. We are using private companies. All he wants is just to collect money, collect money. Mr. Speaker, if you are collecting money, we must also hold you to account. We want, Mr. Speaker, Governor Sakaja to come here. Let him tell us how much he collects from Nairobi. Let him tell us the vehicle he has put in place to collect garbage. Otherwise, what we are doing, Mr. Speaker, is just creating an avenue for people to enrich themselves at the expense of citizens who are not getting services. So I'm urging the government of the day to call Mr. Governor Sakaja to order. Protect senior citizens who own homes in Nairobi, but who are now at the mercy of Governor Sakaja and some mandarins from the county government of Nairobi. That was never our intention, Mr. Speaker, when we passed the Rating Act, Mr. Speaker. That was never the intention. So I'm really urging the committee in charge to summon, you know, we should see Sakaja seated there the way we sat yesterday, so that he can answer.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. Senators, for the statements, each senator 3 minutes, so that we can conclude and move to the next order. Senator Cherargei.
Just 1 minute. Mr. Speaker, I rise on the issue of review of constituency boundaries ahead of 2027. Mr. Speaker, we need guidelines because I think we did postpone this county boundaries review and constituency review. I'm happy the President has gazetted the IEBC commissioners in place. We hope with the reading of the budget today, Mr. Speaker, the IEBC will set in place and give us. And Mr. Speaker, I hope as we do constituency boundaries, we must be careful so that we protect what we call protected constituencies, like in Lamu. I know a number of them is in Mount Kenya region and others in Rift Valley and across the country, so that we ensure we protect those constituencies that are classified as protected among the region, Mr. Speaker. I hope in the review, we must consider Kenya National Bureau of Statistics on population census, Mr. Speaker, so that we can protect. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on the statement of rates in Kiambu County. Mr. Speaker, I'm sad because I have engaged a number of businessmen and women in Kiambu Town, Thika, and around Kiambu County. Mr. Speaker, the governor and the county government are harassing, yet as a member of public accounts, I have served with distinction for the last 8 years, Mr. Speaker. Kiambu County does not have a complete valuation roll. They don't have a complete asset and liabilities register, Mr. Speaker. So which basis are they using, Mr. Speaker, to assess in terms of payment of rates and rents? So I want to thank the senator, the distinguished senator of Kiambu, my brother Senator Karungo Adhangwa, that this statement is upright so that when we do waivers, the waiver in rates and rent that Senator Sakaja, Governor Sakaja is doing, we must agree. While we agree that people in Nairobi should not leave houses rent-free, there must also be accountability. Because I know under the revenue potential by CRA, Nairobi City County has a revenue potential of 63 billion. But they are only collecting paltry 12 billion, Mr. Speaker. So in terms of on-source revenue, even as we discuss on division of revenue, we must relook and ensure that everybody that enjoys service, and I want to agree, I'm told Senator, the majority leader is telling me Senator Kalwale has seen a cabbage truck that collects cabbage around this place. And we are wondering maybe because the governor comes from his region, because personally, Mr. Speaker, or it depends on the estate where you live. You know, if you live in a state where Senator Meto lives, I don't think he has ever seen a cabbage truck his entire life because he lives near Kiambu and also in a road reserve, so he will be able to prove that, Mr. Speaker, because how can you collect cabbage on a road reserve, Mr. Speaker?
Yes, Senator Methu, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, sir, with tremendous respect to my brother, Senator Cherargei, first, he was one of those who are crying in terms of imputing improper motive on a senator. Mr. Speaker, did you actually hear the senator from Nandi allege that I live on a road reserve and also allege that I live in Kiambu? I am very surprised, and I think it is important, because it is very important. I wonder how Senator Cherargei would even know where I live. First of all, I think the only person that I have seen visit my place is yourself, Mr. Speaker, and Senator Karungo. You must find Senator Cherargei out of order for first insinuating that I live on a road reserve. I'm a law-abiding citizen. If anything, Honorable Speaker, on the side of the political device that I am in, if I was living on a road reserve, I cannot be living there now. I would have been chased a long time ago. You must find him out of order. He must withdraw and apologize. I live in Nyandarua in a place called Jambini, and I'm sure Senator Cherargei does not know where I live.
Senator Cherargei, you are indeed out of order. So you please apologize to Senator Methu and withdraw the fact that he lives on a road reserve. Senator Cherargei.
Mr. Speaker, while I agree, I withdraw and apologize. I was the vice chair of Senator Methu in County Public Accounts, and I used to take some documents to his house. I don't know why he is denying, unless he showed me the wrong house. Mr. Speaker, and it is on record that I'll be the vice chair of County Public Accounts. Mr. Speaker, so unless while I withdraw and apologize, Mr. Speaker, Senator Methu should be careful, because I could be shot or umpwakale if I go to that same house, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I withdraw and apologize. I was making it on a light chest, Mr. Speaker, but in conclusion, I support all the statements.
Very well. Final speaker, Senator Beatrice Akinyi.
Honorable Speaker, I thank you, but from the onset, I would like Senator Methu to know that you don't need to visit people to know where they live. You can know where people live just by observing how they operate. Honorable Speaker, I would like to support the statement by the same Senator of Nyandarua, Senator Methu, on the concerns on the quality of potatoes grown in Nyandarua County. And Honorable Speaker, it is not only on Nyandarua County, but Honorable Speaker, this speaks to our agricultural systems with our farmers generally across the country. And specifically, Honorable Speaker, my concern is on the excessive use of pesticides. Honorable Speaker, a doctor once told me that most of the diseases people are suffering from today are caused by things that get through the mouth. Honorable Speaker, that is basically most of the food that we eat. Honorable Speaker, that is why we are calling on the county governments that are executing the function of agriculture, that we need to have the right number of extension officers that will be overseeing and advising our farmers. Honorable Speaker, it is because of this that probably we have a number of cancer patients afflicted by cancer, Honorable Speaker. And so, Honorable Speaker, I support this statement. And secondly, Honorable Speaker, I want to support the statement by Senator Ojwang on the conduct and professional standards of county enforcement officers. Honorable Speaker, the counties need to do so much by training. Honorable Speaker, in my other lessons on corporate governance, Honorable Speaker, we need to train and retrain people whenever they are engaged. Most of the county enforcement officers are a number of supporters that are employed soon after elections, and the enforcement units end up with all manner of people. And so I support that their training must be looked into so that they have the right skills to treat our traders, and they must know it is from what the traders contribute that really pay them finally, Honorable Speaker. So the issue of county enforcement officers in terms of their conducts, instead of the standards, must be looked into, Honorable Speaker. On another level, Honorable Speaker, and on the same note, I would like to suggest that we as a government must think of retraining and retooling all public officers, and especially at all levels at the Kenya School of Government, because of their harmonized training. Honorable Speaker.
Senator Seki.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I also want to request that I support the statement from the Senator of Kiambu, Mheshimiwa Honorable Karugu Adhawa, on the issue of the land rates in the county. Honorable Speaker, it is true that we have a problem in our counties, especially on the issues of land rates, where counties imposing high rates to residents of the counties and making sure that they are unable to make sure that they are unable to pay these rates. Honorable Speaker, this is emanating from a very elaborate consultation within a county. Honorable Speaker, for a county government to bring in the issue of land rates, should be a consultative process where evaluation role is put or is subjected to a number or even to all counties residents to agree and even to make consultations with residents of that county. Honorable Speaker, it is something that has to be the county has to be consulted. Approvals must be done through the county assemblies. So it is not something that the county government executives or administrative or governors just impose these land rates to residents. I understand this because, Honorable Speaker, this somebody has just said that assets and liabilities has been approved by the county governments through the local governments, particularly on the allotment letters. But in terms of rates, where you need to do the change of user, change the title, the use of the title from the leasehold probably to leasehold. These are things that need some processes. And I believe that if county government can involve members of the county and make sure that the business people are not oppressed, so that the kind of business that they are doing also through those plots is well articulated too. Honorable Speaker, I also want to support the statement by Senator Cherargei on the issue of livestock and by the issue of human-life conflicts. Honorable Speaker, human-life conflict is a problem in our counties, particularly on the counties like Kajiado, Taita Taveta, and the counties that have wildlife. Even this national park of Nairobi has been a big problem.
Honorable Senators, we are out of time for statements and questions. Senators, we are out of time. Seki, 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. This wildlife conflict, it is very, very, very bad to our counties. Honorable Speaker, KWS must be put on notice because you can see Honorable Cherargei has brought a problem where a cheetah has been a problem, has been a menace in his county. And as we have a problem of lions eating children, I have a problem, Honorable Speaker, where a lion has just eaten a child completely in my county, just here next to Nairobi National Park. This is a big problem. It's a national problem. It is a problem where we have a big problem in our counties, and the counties, the national government through KWS must be put on notice in this statement. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Senator. Honorable Senators, we have come to the end of questions and statements. At this juncture, I would like to rearrange the order paper so that we move to order number 19. Clerk.
Order number 19, the Social Protection Bill, National Assembly Bills number 12 of 2025, second reading.
Senator Majority Leader.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that the Social Protection Bill, National Assembly Bill number 12 of 2025 be now read a second time. I've had the distinct honor of moving important bills in this House, Mr. Speaker, but from a person that is socially conscious of the needs of vulnerable people in our society, Mr. Speaker, I would say this is perhaps the most important. Mr. Speaker, in our country, we have various forms of social protection measures that we give out. Unfortunately, due to lack of proper organization by successive administration, we have a one-size-fits-all approach to social interventions across our country. And there are many conversations that are lost because our needy people, Mr. Speaker, don't have somebody to speak out for them. In fact, on many occasions, Mr. Speaker, the conversations on social interventions is left to the elite here in Nairobi, who can speak, Mr. Speaker, on these particular issues, who are, Mr. Speaker, articulate, have representations, Mr. Speaker, and nobody speaks for the needy. In fact, I want to challenge you, colleague senators. I'm just laying the basis, Mr. Speaker, before I move this bill, that you must take your legislative responsibility more seriously, Mr. Speaker, and ensure that you speak for the people that sent you here. Senator Eddy, my good friend, you are not sent here by very well-to-do people. I know the people of Migori. They're just as much like the people of Kericho that I represent. They are standing on the wealth radar of the country is almost average, Mr. Speaker. And there are many things that we do as a country, Mr. Speaker. Forget about, I'll come to the social intervention programs, what we send to persons with disability, Mr. Speaker, to the social support program to those citizens that are 70 year plus. If you go to your county, Senator Beatrice Akinyi, and ask in a public gathering in Homa Bay, where you come from, you'll find that there's a 70-year-old who is in the safety net and they are being supported. Then you'll find another one who isn't, with no clearly defined process upon which this exercise is done. There's a lack of specific focus on this special category of Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. There's even a very live conversation. This is the wrong time to have it. But we need to have this conversation as a country, Mr. Speaker. This issue of zero rating of bread and milk. How many of your constituents, Eddie, buy milk and bread from shops and supermarket? 99, if not nearly 100% of the people that you represent in this parliament, Senator Eddie, they wake up to